It's about time. It's about time.
That's right, guys. It is about time to read more close bonds. You see what I did there, guys? You see what I did there? I used a song to introduce this thing. Isn't that cool? Isn't that kind of... Nah, whatever. Anyways, we're going to be reading more close bonds. Chapter 5, Estrus, Day 2 and 3. If you guys remember last time, our main character, Ivan the human, was walking with Scootaloo, and they were heading towards Fluttershy's cottage, and Ivan was going to have some tea time with Fluttershy, whatever that means. So I don't know if they're going to have sex or something, and add more drama to this already drama-filled story, but hey, enough of my blabbering. Why don't we just get on with it, right? Get on with it! Close Bonds, 5th chapter. It's so cute the way you talk to fillies like that, Ivan. You take a sip of your tea. Where I come from, it would be considered creepy, but yeah, I suppose so. Fluttershy giggles. Creepy? Ivan, it's a gift. Scootaloo never talks to adults besides Rainbow Dash and myself. You smirk. What did you do to win her affections? Oh, you know, just rescued her and her little friends from the cockatrice. No big deal. She tosses her head. But even then, her voluntary contact with me is limited. You shrug. Well, I'm barely more than a kid myself. Maybe that's why I connect better. Scootaloo doesn't know that. In fact, most of the ponies that you know think you're at least 30. You groan, gripping your forehead. You think I'd appreciate something like that. She looks at you curiously, concern in her eyes. If you don't mind, would you care to elaborate? You sigh. Where do I start? You start at the beginning. The fallout with Rainbow Dash. You tell her about what happened after she left and how the two of you made up, including the part where you kissed. She nods, smiling in a satisfactory way. She figured something had budded between the two of you, especially since she's the one who told you Rainbow's secret. You talk about how things were going just fine. It was a great morning, being able to spend time with your new mare friend, up until she learned about your age, that is. After hearing your story up to the whole situation with Twilight's letter, she nods. I don't mean to interrupt, but is that why you've been so stressed lately? I mean, it can't be that bad, keeping a small secret for a few months. No offense to you or Rainbow. None taken. And really, that's not what's bothering me. Not all of it, at least. Then, what is? You sigh, knowing that you're going to tell her anyways. She's on her period. The yellow ear closest to you lifts up. Say what now? What you talking about, Willis? You mentally slap yourself. Sorry, Earth term. I meant she started her estrus cycle. Oh my! Fluttershy blushes, sinking back into her mane a bit. She shows herself a little, a playful smile on her face. Well, it shouldn't be so bad for you, right? I mean, as soon as you come home from work... You interrupt her, already knowing where this is going. We've decided to wait on that for a little bit. You know, we just started dating and all. Fluttershy frowns. She looks like she's about to say something, but stops. You raise an eyebrow. What is it, Flutters? Well, she says, dropping the scowl. Don't be offended, but personally, I think it's kind of mean to do that to Rainbow. She has to be constantly around you, and the fact that she likes you so much... It's really hard being a mare in estrus. You ponder this for a moment. You bring your teacup up to your mouth and slurp at air, realizing that you're all out of tea. You try to pour yourself some more, but the pitcher's empty too. Thanks for offering me that point of view, Fluttershy. I'll keep it in mind what you said. She nods. Anything for you, Ivan. Oh, whoa, anything for you. And I like how Fluttershy is even like, why don't you just fuck already? Like, what's the hold up here? Come on. Come on, man. As long as anything's for me, you say. Oh, God. Signaling to the empty picture. We're all out of tea. Oh. There's some iced tea packets in the cabinet. The kind you like with the lemon flavoring? What is this, Lipton iced tea? She motions off in the direction to the left of you. You can get some if you'd like. You rise, bringing the picture with you. I would like. You walk over to the cabinet you think she's talking about and look to her for confirmation. She nods. Opening it up, you reach inside. Ah, here it is, you say, pulling out a pack of iced tea mix. Ugh. You observe it, looking over the words and the picture on the front. It's almost humorous how similar things are to the ones back on Earth. Low fat, This shit's catching on here too? I know, I'd rather be fat and happy, right, man? Oh, yes, Fluttershy nods. I've been trying to keep slim recently. You roll your eyes, ripping the packet where it says and pour it into the picture. I'm just fucking with you guys. It says, it's something in Equish, but I can't read it. Because it's in Equish, and I can't read Equish. I assume it says tear here or something along those lines. You reach up to close the cabinet, but a glint catches your eye. It's not often you see ponies with metal possessions. Or at least, you assume it's metal. Oh god, what is it, like a spiked dildo or something? That's fucking wrong, I apologize. You reach in again, aiming for where you saw the glint. In the darkness, your hand touches something cold, hard, and rectangular in shape. Oh god, it is a dildo! What the? Fluttershy, you call. She looks up fearfully. How did you get my MP3 player? Oh, that's what it is. You hold it up, showing her your iPod Touch. Oh, she blushes, covering up one eye with her pink mane. Well, I was in the library with Twilight, and it was just laying there out in the open like that, and I couldn't resist. You stare at it for a moment. You recall that in your desperation, you had told Twilight to smash it, take it apart, whatever, as long as it was destroyed. And yet here it is, safe by Fluttershy's kleptomaniac tendencies. Really, you're kind of grateful. You set the metal device down on the counter, and walk towards her. She meeps, sinking back further into her mane. You like that meep, guys? You kneel down and give her a hug. She squirms at your touch, but calms down once she realizes you're being friendly with her. Thanks for saving it for me, Flutters. Her voice barely comes out as more than a squeak. You're welcome, Ivan. Oh, and thanks for giving the lollipops back. She backs up from the hug. What? You hold up the 4 candies, a victorious grin on your face. These. But weren't there 5? I got hungry, she mumbles, averting her eyes to the ground. You chuckle, stuffing the suckers back into your pocket. It's alright, Flutters. Okay, so, he got his lollipops back, okay? Another break in the text. You walk to the door of your home, sucker in your mouth. Grape, your favorite. Oh, I could make so many racist jokes right there, but, I'm just gonna let that one sit. You come up to the front entrance. Taking a deep breath, you open your door, not sure of what to expect. The first thing you realize is that your house is back to the sorry shape it was in before Rainbow had cleaned it. Wait, it's been 1 day. Not even like 1 day, and it's already back to a pigsty? How does that work? Whatever. Not a good sign. Well, look who finally decided to show up. Rainbow Dash sits on the couch, daring do novel on her hooves. She has that kind of squinty-eyed look that means she's pissed, but you've always thought it was immensely cute for some reason. Hey, I'm talking to you. You blink, suddenly aware. Oh, hi, Rainbow. I wonder how stupid I sound. She rolls her eyes, groaning. She snaps the book shut, then jumps off the couch and trots off to the kitchen. Her tail swings back and forth, forcing your eyes between a state of looking and averting your sight elsewhere. Remember, guys, when looking at girls' private parts in public, always just take a flinting glance at it. You don't want to stare too long. It's like looking at the sun. There's going to be repercussions. I don't know why I'm teaching you guys perving methods. Anyway, I'm moving on because I'm digging a hole for myself that I can't get out of. She swings her tail back and forth, forcing your eyes between a state of looking and averting your sight elsewhere. Look for the string, Ivan. String? What? No. Look for the string hanging out. Oh God. Oh God, I remember now. Oh God, the tampon string. Hey, Ivan. Rainbow flies your way. Wet rag and hoof. Oh God. Yeah, you ask, trying to hush your unruly thoughts. Does this smell like chloroform to you? Okay. You lean forward, about to take a sniff. Sure, let me... Wait a minute. Chloroform? Dash! You shout, swatting the rag away. What are you trying to do? Knock me out? You got it, Holmes. She scowls. What else am I going to do? You keep refusing to have sex with me. For a good reason, you retort. No, shitty idea, Ivan. Shitty. You're just not thinking straight, you say, shoving your way past her. Fuck that! Where are you going? She questions, hooves on her hips. The one place I can be alone in this house without someone trying to rape me, you answer back, closing the door to your room. You begin to walk to your bed, but upon further thought, you decide to turn back and lock the door. Just in time, too. The doorknob rattles a bit, followed by what you assume is a swift kick to the door. You sigh, sitting down on your bed. Just one, maybe 2 more days of this. If you can just stick it out. Okay. So, Rainbow's raping tactics have become more aggressive, I guess. Either way, we have another break in the text. You wake up with a bad taste in your mouth. Rainbow. No, okay. You'd forgotten to brush your teeth the night before bed, as you recall. In fact, you hadn't even eaten dinner, your grumbling stomach reminds you. You sit up with a groan. Shit's falling apart here. You went into this relationship thinking things were going to get better, and what happens? You're back to where you were a week before, arguing with Rainbow as soon as you get home, arguing with Rainbow before you go to bed. You walk up to the door. A clicking sound as you turn the knob and it unlocks. You step out onto the hallway, or into the hallway rather, and stop once you see what's happened to the kitchen. The table's knocked over, along with all the chairs. A gallon jug of water lies broken on the floor, and what's left of the non-evaporated water is spread out along the tiles. You sigh, grabbing the wet mop from out of its closet and set to work. It takes about 5 minutes to soak up the mess and set the kitchen furniture back up. Luckily, she only spilled water and not something perishable, like milk. That would have stunk. I even like how it says, shut up. That pun was bad, and you should feel bad. You should feel bad. That was terrible. You grab a bagel and spread some cream cheese on it. Settling on that being this morning's breakfast. After you change out of yesterday's clothes, you walk towards the door. As you pass through the living room, however, something stops you. A light snoring comes from the couch. You look down and see a sleeping Rainbow Dash. Obviously, she hadn't gone to bed happy last night. Her lips are contorted into a sad frown, and dark stains on her cheeks mark where tears have been. One of her forelegs hangs off the couch, and under it is an empty bottle of cider. You alcoholic, you. So Rainbow Dash is now currently a rapist, pedophile, and an alcoholic. So, hey, just add to the list of crazy shit in this story. Shit, I feel guilty now. You kneel down, dodging the bottle of alcohol with your knee. Dodging that bottle of alcohol with your knee? Okay. You reach your hand around and begin scratching behind her ear. Subconsciously, she leans into it. She mutters something, but nothing comprehensible. Sorry, Ivan. You understood that clearly. You run your hand through her mane, kissing her on the snout as you do. Then, reluctantly, you get up to go, taking one last look at the cyan Pegasus before heading out the door. Okay. We have another break in the text. Your day at the hospital doesn't go so smoothly. As usual, you receive the normal greeting from Cream. After waving back, you approach her and ask, "Hey, could you go through my work schedule?" She eyes you curiously, then reaches into the cabinet and pulls out a box of files. "Sure," she says, looking through them. "None of my business, but what's up?" "I'm looking to take a day off tomorrow." She pulls out a piece of paper, then winks at you. "Got something planned? You making some lucky mare?" She thinks for a moment. "Lucky?" You roll your eyes and she giggles. She pushes the paper your way and points to the space that says signature before it. You take a pen, carefully inspecting it before signing. Remember, kids, always read before signing any official documents. Relax, it's not going to blow up or anything. At that, you carefully sign your name in Equus writing. What's this? Taking a slacker's day off? Lyra's here. You finish up, then turn to face her. Yep, sure am. What for? You don't lie to her, but you don't tell her everything. Just need to talk to Rainbow about some things. I'm thinking it might be a bit stressful, which is why I'm taking the day off. Rainbow Dash? That little blue bitch? Oh, damn, Lyra's hostile. You feel your ears heat up. Yeah, Rainbow Dash. She laughs. Ha! I saw her yesterday afternoon. She looked pretty pissed about something. You kick her out? You shake your head. No, she's still living with me. Her eyes widen. What? You're letting that bum mooch off you even longer? Yeah, you reply, a hint of annoyance in your voice. Forgive and forget. That's what friends do. You slide the paper back to Cream, who cautiously takes it and keeping her eyes on the two of you the whole time. She frowns. Friends? Friends don't take advantage of each other, Ivan. I took advantage of your offer to help me get a job here. Do you still consider me a friend? She shakes her head. That was done willingly. And so is this. But it's not like I would have lost much, or anything from what I did, she sighs. Ivan, you have to understand, I'm getting a little worried. Your irritation becomes more evident. Worried? About what? I'm a grown adult, Lyra, not a foal. Her voice rises now, too. Let me put something through that thick skull of yours. That little slut, Rainbow Dash, is bringing you down. If you don't get rid of her, she'll cling to you like a leech. Listen to me closely now. She will suck you dry. Got that? You're doing all you can to hold yourself back now. Now let me put something straight through your head, you say through gritted teeth. I don't give a flying fuck about what you have to say. Now leave me alone. As you turn away, you catch a glimpse of Cream's shocked expression. This may be the first time she's seen you act like this. For the rest of the day, you and Lyra don't speak. Even your verbal contact with Cream is quite limited, as she almost seems afraid of you. At the end of the day, she still says goodbye. You wave back, giving her your best smile, though you know it looks forced. What a shit day. Another break in the text. You sit on a park bench, half-litterly gazing at the various ponies enjoying their Thursday afternoons. How you envy them. You feel like a lonely child, watching through a frosted window as a family enjoys their Christmas meal, while you're stuck outside by yourself in the freezing cold. Okay, maybe that's a bit dramatic, but I digress. You feel the bench shift a bit. It seems some pony is sitting on the other end. A child, you guess, as you can feel the amount of extra weight applied through the wood. Ivan? You turn your head. On your right sits Scootaloo, looking a little apprehensive. What's she want? Whatever happened to Milky? You clear your throat. Yeah, Scoots? She twiddles her thumbs. Well, I know you don't want to be bothered, but... She looks off into the distance, where an orange Frisbee is stuck in the tree. Sweetie Belle accidentally threw our Frisbee into the tree, and we were wondering... It wasn't my fault! A voice behind you yells in protest. Applebloom's the one who didn't catch it! Well, maybe if you didn't throw it so hard. They both stop when they notice you looking over at the bench, at the back of the bench, eyebrow raised. Sweetie Belle steps forward. Mr. Ivan, she says in the cutest pleading voice you've ever heard. Can you get our Frisbee? Please? Her eyes widen and shimmer, looking as if she might be about to cry. You know it's all show. She's obviously learned a thing or two from her sister, but still. Fine, you mutter, trying to sound reluctant. Is that supposed to be like a homage to the moment when Twilight was like, fine, in the first episode? Whatever. Fine, you mutter, trying to sound reluctant. As you rise to your feet, the three fillies let out a yay in unison. The four of you make your way over to the tree in question, and the girl's chattering the whole time. You don't listen to what they say, but their carefree presence alone is enough to brighten your mood. As you arrive at the tree, one thing becomes abundantly clear. It's too high, even for a tall bipedal being like yourself to reach. Maybe if you jump? Scootaloo suggests. You shake your head. Sorry, girls. Aww. they all moan. You look at the trunk of the tree and something comes to mind. You walk around it, circling until you find a low branch to grab hold of. Ugh. Hold on a sec. The fillies watch in curiosity as you run your hand along the bark of the tree, checking to see how rough it is. Then, satisfied with your findings, you grab hold of the branch with both hands and hoist yourself up. Strength not being one of your main assets, you've always had to improvise. Instead of letting your arms do all the work, you swing off your feet and, in the same motion, quickly kick off the trunk and to gain even more momentum. The rest comes naturally. You swing yourself onto the branch and setting on it and bringing one leg over to bounce yourself. The three girls rush up, or more correctly, rush up to you. The three girls rush up to you, or more correctly, under you. Wow, how'd you do that? Apple Bloom gawks. You lift one hand off the branch, sitting on. Oh my god, I cannot talk today, guys. You lift one hand off the branch you're sitting on, wiggle your fingers, hands, and lots of practice. They watch enviously as you ascend the tree, branch by branch, until you eventually come to the same height as the Frisbee. You look at it for a moment. It's a little over a yard away, apparently snagged on an upwards branch. If you really stretch yourself out, you could probably reach out and grab it, but there was always the risk of the branch snapping, or you could simply slip off. Not a far-fetched idea, considering both instances have happened in the past already. You look down. You are met by 3 pairs of eyes, each of them recognizing that something's wrong. No matter. You have more than one trick up your sleeve for a situation like this. Hey guys, you call. They each perk up, then you continue. The Frisbee's gonna come down, so one of you needs to catch it. Apple Bloom scratches her head. How are you gonna get it if you... On it! Scootaloo calls, running underneath. Oh my god. You try to shake the branch, bringing your body up and down to make it oscillate. Gradually, the branch begins to do so. The rustling of the leaves becomes louder and more frequent with each shake. The Frisbee moves with the tree up and down until the shaking becomes too much. The stick bends and the Frisbee tips and falls to the ground, hitting a few more branches and leaves with it. I got it! The 3 fillies shout. They each run to where the Frisbee is to land. And before you can say anything, they run headlong into each other. As they each fall onto their backs, the Frisbee lands in the middle. You suppress a laugh. It's like something from a cartoon. It is something from a cartoon. By the time you get down, they're sitting back up, rubbing their heads. Scootaloo winces as you muss her mane, smacking your hand away. You chuckle, massaging your slightly red hand. You girls alright? No. Scootaloo scowls. I think my skull is broken. Would you like me to check? You joke, making a noogie fist. Noogies! Ack, get away from me! She quickly scoots away from you. Alright, you say, backing off. I guess I'll see you girls later then. As you walk off, a high voice beckons you. Wait! You turn to see all 3 fillies giving you that pout face. Puppy dog eyes. Ugh. Okay, this is just getting ridiculous. Apple Bloom walks forward, Frisbee in mouth, and drops it by your feet and asks, okay, there's a link here. Okay, let's see what the link has to say. Hold up, let me just click on this link.
Aren't you gonna stay for brunch?
Oh my god! Heart attack! Oh, I have diabetes. Okay. Except it doesn't say that. It says, ain't you gonna stay for Frisbee? You think about it. Why are you leaving anyway? To go back home on an inevitable argument? To have an... Okay. To go back home to an inevitable argument with Rainbow? That can certainly wait. Why not enjoy your Thursday like the rest of the ponies are doing? Of course I will. Here, you say, picking up the flying saucer. Catch! You throw it just a little bit above Scootaloo and Sweetie Belle's heads. Scootaloo jumps in its path and snaps at it with her jaw. But right before it gets to her, it's engulfed in a pink aura. I got it! Sweetie Belle squeals, lowering the object down into her hooves. Hey, that's cheating! Sweetie Belle sticks out her tongue. You cock your head. Wait, can Sweetie Belle even use magic? Did she even use magic in the show? Or is that just whatever? I don't even know. You cock your head. What I'm wondering was why you didn't use your magic to bring it down in the first place. That's a good point. The other fillies turn to Sweetie Belle. Her cheeks redden, and she smiles nervously. Whoops. Ugh, the orange filly groans. Here, catch! She swipes the Frisbee out of Sweetie Belle's hooves and throws it to Apple Bloom, who catches it in her mouth and tosses it up to you. You smile, grasping the saucer. You see the three fillies waving about, calling out to you to throw it at them and them specifically. You fling it in the general direction, curious as to who the victor will be. Through push and shove, Apple Bloom emerges victorious and tosses it back to you. The dig goes on like this for a while. The four of you throw the Frisbee back and forth, and for the first time in what seems like forever, you genuinely are having a good time. You receive a toss from Sweetie Belle, a Frisbee engulfed in a pink aura until it reaches your hand. She's not very good at tossing it with her mouth, so she resorts to different techniques. Go long! You yell, flinging the Frisbee far and high. Though once again you've used an unfamiliar term, the meaning seems to rub off on them, and they each go sprinting off to where they think it might land. Sweetie Belle is the first to give in. Seeing the trajectory and the speed of the Frisbee, she decides it's not worth the effort and stops. Apple Bloom is next to give up, leaving only Scootaloo to catch it. Excitement wells up in you as you begin to think she might be able to pull it off. Go, Scoots! You and the white unicorn both cheer. Apple Bloom shakes her head. She ain't gonna make it. The Frisbee starts to drop, lower and lower. The little orange Pegasus opens her mouth in anticipation, but as you can tell, the Frisbee is flying faster than her. She runs harder, flapping her little wings as fast as she can. Come on, chicken. The Frisbee is ahead of her. She leaps for it and snags it right out of the air. Woo! You all cheer at her glorious catch. That, however, isn't what takes your breath away. A second later, she's still in the air. Oh shit! Scootaloo's flying! A second turns into 2, and 2 seconds turn into 5. Your mouth drops as you realize the flightless little chicken has flown. She realizes this too, and in her shock, drops to the ground. She tumbles for a bit, but immediately springs back to her hooves. I flew! Holy sh... The parents of the fillies and colts glare at you. Ships. You, Apple Bloom, and Sweetie Belle all rush up to her. She's jumping up and down in her excitement. I flew! I flew! I flew! I flew! I flew! I flew! Do it again! Sweetie squeals, just as excited. Scootaloo takes up the challenge and leaps up into the air, her wings buzzing like hummingbirds. She stays suspended for another 5 seconds before dropping to the ground again. Her grin spreads even wider than her wings, which are buzzing themselves. The 2 other fillies bounce up and down in a circle around her, barely able to contain themselves. Ivan! Where the fuck have you been? The fillies stop. You stop. Time slows as you turn to find an extremely disgruntled Rainbow Dash behind you. Well? She shouts. In your shock, your mind goes blank. You what? She growls, flying up to your height and pressing her nose against yours. You look around, noticing the curious stares the 2 of you are getting. You recover from your shock and calmly reply, I can do whatever I want, which means I can be wherever I want. She narrows her eyes, then shoves you in the chest. I've been looking for you all day, and then, when I ask you why you weren't home, you tell me I can do whatever I want. Because I can, Rainbow Dash. You catch the hooves coming for the next shove. You act like you own me or something. Calm down and learn some self-control. Her jaw drops. You remember that rule you had? The one where you're not supposed to tell people to calm down or anything to that effect? She gets closer. Self-control? You broke it. I'll show you self-control! She screams in your face, causing your ears to ring. She rears back and sends her forehoof slamming in straight into your nose. Right in the face! Oh, dude. The hit lays you flat on your back. Stars fly out of your vision, and you begin to tear up. Your eyes open. You open your eyes, almost unbelieving of what just happened. Rainbow stands on top of you, hoof raised for another strike. She'll have to beat the shit out of him. Oh, okay, but slowly drops, and once the full realization of what she's done hits her. Everyone around you, including Skidaloo and the girl, stares wide-eyed. It's as if the whole park is holding their breath. Even the wind has stopped blowing. Suddenly, your anger rises, and the blood boils within you. If this were a male on top of you right now, you would have started beating the hell out of him. Instead, you shove her off. She gives no resistance as the palm of your hand smacks her chest, sending her tumbling to the ground next to you. You stand up, fuming, and walk off without giving a second glance. A warmth runs down your lip. You lick it and taste the metallic flavor of blood. You attempt to wipe the rest off with the back of your hand, but only succeed in spreading it around. Ivan, wait! Her voice only spurs you to walk on faster. You hear the flapping of wings and a pair of hoof steps behind you. Or beside you, rather. I'm sorry, Ivan. I wasn't thinking. Please, just listen. You pay her no heed. The anger rising in your throat keeps you from speaking. You just keep your eyes straight ahead and keep walking. She sees that you're not willing to talk, but continues to follow you nonetheless. For a brief moment, you almost feel bad for her. Then the small amount of pity is burned to a crisp in the fire of your anger. You soon arrive at your house, Rainbow still close behind. You approach the door and try to turn the knob. Then you realize it's unlocked. Damn it, Rainbow Dash. Couldn't you have locked the door before you went on your rage hunt? I can't talk. Couldn't you have locked the door before you went on your rage hunt? You had the courtesy to at least let her follow in behind you. You soon arrive at your room, however, and don't show the same kindness. Ivan, please! You slam the door in her face. You've had enough of her shit. You grab a tissue out of the box of your nightstand and attempt to wipe the blood off your face as well as you can. You then jump onto your bed and shut off the lights in your room. Fuck. You think. I think I got some blood on my pillow. You sit up, feeling around where you placed your face. Sure enough, you feel a wet spot. Fucking damn it, you mutter, plopping your face back onto the pillow. It's gonna take a lot more than an apology to be forgiven for this. Okay. So I'm going to stop there. This is a long ass chapter, man. Oh shit. Yeah. Shit is going down right now, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. I was getting invested in this. I was getting tongue-tied a lot, too. I'm sorry if I was, really stumbling over my words this chapter, but, there was a lot to read in this chapter. So yeah, hopefully they can make up or something. I don't know. What do you think's gonna happen, guys? I think he's gonna, in his rage, he's gonna, go to yell at her again, and I don't know. I think they're gonna make up then, and then make out, and then have sex. That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Who knows what will happen? This is a long ass video this time. Anyway, I thank you guys for listening. Those of you, my faithful listeners who have stuck around, and I'll be back with the second half of this chapter pretty soon. This has been Weird Alicorn. Spread the love, tolerance, peace, and all that shit. Later, guys.